I'm Simone Heng, Human Connection Specialist. What does that mean? That means I speak to organizations about the topic of human connection. I also share as much as I can, time permitting, online about the topic. I'm currently writing my book and in talks to a podcast as well. So this is my life mission. This is my topic. And today I'm here to review connection cards. So you might have seen these online, particularly We're Not Really Strangers, which is a really popular Instagram account where people are creating these card decks to get more connected and more deep conversation happening. I think it's particularly popular with the generation younger than me because of the influence of digital devices and that lack of connection that's happening. We need human connection for emotional and physical well-being. I can't go into it enough, but there's a lot of content here online about the science of connection that I have on this YouTube. So please check it out. But our brains are wired to connect. And when we're disconnected, we go into fight or flight response. So these are great if you think about the socially distanced world we're living in and the digitally disconnected world we're living in terms of what that's done to our human connection. So these are great. I'm going to review them from most favorite to least favorite. Shall we go? Okay. My most favorite are the Cool to Connect cards. Now, these are done by an entrepreneur in Canada, and they are all about we played these at my birthday, and what I love about them, firstly, I love how large the cards are, right? I love how thick the GSM is. I love the design, but moreover, I love the kind of questions that they're asking. So we played them at my birthday, and you can play these while you're eating at a dinner party, which I really loved. So it's not a full-on game. It's more of just a deck to start conversation as a prompt. And what we found was there were people on that table, my best friends, and there was things that I didn't even know about them, and it allowed the whole table to come together while still being able to eat food. Now, that's important. I'm going to tell you why next, but my absolute favorite, plus it's a smaller card deck than the rest, so easier to travel with when we can travel again. The second one that I want to talk about is We're Not Really Strangers. And this I tried to play the other day, also over a meal, but realized very quickly that it's a full-on, guys, it's a full-on game. There are pencils, and it is divided into categories to do with self-perception. And then there are some final cards to really go even deeper. This game requires your full attention. This is not a game to play on the side of a meal. It's like post-dinner drinks, because there's exercise in it, like you have to write a letter to your younger self, things like that, which you need to have a table without food in it. You really need to do it properly. So this is one, if you're in a household right now and you're living in a share house maybe during COVID and you're separated, this is a great one to do with your buddies over drinks and really be able to get deeper conversation from people that you've already been living with for a while. This is one of my favorites. Similar to We're Not Really Strangers, there is paper, and I love this. Each of the people get little individual notepads, and it was created, the game that goes there, it was created by a sibling of a person who committed suicide to encourage disclosure and vulnerability. So we know that disclosing information and then vulnerability, once rapport is built, is an incredible way to get people to connect. This game is divided into 3 tiers, okay? It starts off with kind of going there. So you're kind of going there. The questions aren't very invasive. We were silly and we went right to the last category. Then you've got, we're going there, right? Like we're going really deep. And then, oh, sorry, and the category between that is almost going there. So what I love about that is you can do essentially 3 different games with it. You can disclose at an introductory level, and then you can work your way up. And we were silly. We had a few drinks and we did this after dinner, and we went all the way there immediately. And there were people at the table that I didn't really know very well. And there were moments of like where it was almost like oversharing because we had gone straight there. So I do recommend, if you use that one, to go just to the beginning level with people you don't really know. But it definitely gave me a different dimension to the people that I love. But remembering that going all the way to complete deep disclosure and vulnerability can also be a form of oversharing that actually repels connection. And I do think there are a couple of moments there where people at the table who'd never met before, essentially strangers, where it was a little bit TMI. So that one really does go there. This is got to be my least favorite. It's a Danish game. It's called the Hygge game. To be honest, Cozy Conversations in Pleasant Company, it does say exactly, it does do exactly what it says. It is for your family, like Boxing Day, Christmas Day discussions. It is not anything super deep. It's really to facilitate discussion with people of all age groups. So I did this with my friends who are in our mid to late 30s, and it was a little bit boring. Like some of them were a little bit safe, but I think that it would work really well if you're doing it as a whole family game, and people might be more conservative, like grandma and grandpa might be there. So once again, I'm going to go through them. Okay, Cool to Connect, my favorite. We're Not Really Strangers, the most marketed one. The game that goes there, and it really does what it says. And then the Hygge game. And who knows, one day I will have a deck of cards, but I'm busy writing my book in that at the moment. So that's a future project that I'm going to bring out. But all of those things together, incredible, incredible things to add to your life. In love and connection, I'm Simone Heng. I hope this was useful. Please do subscribe to my YouTube, and also you can find me on Instagram at Simone Heng. Have a great day.